Yeah.
Good morning.
How we all doing?
Ah.
So,
That's a beat over there. That's one of my first beats.
make the bed. New
Oh,
habit.
that's tight.
Every morning, I've implemented a routine because in times like these, you need routine and structure to not fall into a
Who's that?
spiral of feeling like you're not doing enough.
Did you do the
and just lack of motivation. So,
You
yeah,
still have that
I'm
same
gonna go-
shirt.
I'm gonna go down and have some breakfast. Let's do it.
Oh, what do I have for breakfast?
What I usually have is some Wheat Bix, with some milk, keep that up in the microwave, have some
You
some
keep
honey
your milk
with
in
it.
the microwave, do you?
Today, we seem to be out of Wheat Bix, so it looks like scrambled eggs it is. We get that protein, we get that energy for the big day today.
Oh, it's up and down.
But I can do enough life. I mean, isn't that all you really need at the end of the day?
What the fuck?
So,
Right before the cut.
one of them is
Just
a
eggs
morning
and
routine. I wake up, make my bed, make breakfast, do some outdoor exercise. Today is a run. And then I come home, I have a cold shower. Cold. It's
Wow,
raining.
you haven't gone showers
And
3
then
years ago,
I-
babe.
What's that?
Do breathing exercises, I meditate, and
What?
I read, and then I make my power list. And my power list.
Hey, let's go.
I'm going into
Shout
a
out
bit
power
more
list.
detail in the future, but it's basically 5 critical tasks I do every single day to stay on track.
I think
with
that is
my
one of my
goals.
early power list
And-
tasks, the breathing exercise
Yeah.
and meditation.
Breakfast done. Now time to lace up the joggers.
Oh no.
A foot? We got a foot shower.
Yeah, let's go. Look at that.
Oh. Wow. So you doing powerless back then?
Yeah.
Right, we're off.
This is when I like just started pretty much.
He runs off. But now I have to run back.
This is bang of day, bro.
Dying.
Am I actually dying or am I just
I'm
like...
not even halfway. So I'm listening to this mixtape by Charlie Jabley, and he's this big hip hop producer, but he's made these mixtapes where he talks over some beats and he says something I think is really interesting. If you slide
Do you
to
know where
the
that is?
extreme on one side of the dichotomy, say you're a
I
perfectionist
know where that is, but...
because you always want whatever you release to be perfect. You don't ever
Oh, I do. It's the
Publish,
corner before you go to the
upload,
bowling gym.
finish your work because you're always perfecting it. He said you have to create a superhero
If you're the same
to
person.
save you from your perfectionist self, and that superhero in this
the
case
same
would be
person?
someone who just says, you know what, we're just going to upload, we're just going to press the upload button, we're just going to execute. Because right now, it's not that my craft isn't effective, it's just not published. I can't grow and succeed if I'm not posting things. So you create a superhero who's going to save you from that perfection. Someone who's going to take over, someone who's going to sit in the driver's seat and is just going to upload. And I think that's really interesting. Oh, I apologise in that last clip for the busy road.
Thank you. That actually scared the shit out of me.
The busy road, and then it's just like a dog barking really loud. That's so funny.
Can get better at. And also, a lot of you might be wondering why I'm doing this. Why would you film your life and upload it?
Oh my god. And
Well, I went over it a little bit in the last video, but this gives me motivation and a sort of accountability to do what I said I was going to do. Also, I like to think that
hey,
you can see that I'm just a normal person and that I can hold myself to some sort of standard and maybe that'll help you to achieve what you want to achieve. And also, like I said, it gives you something to look back on, something that not only you but your family can look back on and see what my life was like. And how I came to be who I'm going to be.
So awesome the
I
kids
don't know,
will
that's
you can look
something
at it.
Oh boy, I wouldn't believe it.
So I'm almost home. Last final stretch. She's not easy there.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure it was like 200 meters, I don't know.
So what I learned is, if you find yourself creeping too far in one direction, it's inhibiting your success and that's unhealthy. You have to create someone who's going to save you from that. And it's not someone else, it's just another version of yourself.
Amen.
Anything's possible. Just gotta keep going. So now that we're back from the shower, it's time to do some breathing exercises.
Oh, I'm excited to see this.
Read.
I don't know if I actually
To
recorded
that
that.
power list. Alright, all showered. Now I gotta do my breathing exercise and my meditation. So the breathing exercise is on the Wim Hof app. He also does a few other things like cold showers and like a push-up challenge or something, and it's to boost your immune system and get in touch with like meditation and willpower. And that's something that, and I like that. It's really interesting, and I've found like huge benefits already. Like I just noticed in my day-to-day life, like I'm much more calmer, I'm more rooted and central in the moment, and
3 monitors,
I
babe.
can call on information and I can
That was the
look at
fucking
things more
those are the
logically
days.
and make myself do things that I don't necessarily want to do much easier because of this.
Fucking hell.
And yeah, I just
Set up.
found it really beneficial. Meditation, same thing. Mainly just coming back to your breath, concentrating on one thing, rooting yourself, calming yourself, and being able to.
Doesn't even feel like the same person, because I would never say that.
Level head, and that's
Yeah.
really important.
That
In
one.
the same way,
I've been
yeah.
distracted. Stuff with money and daily stuff.
Feel
So I'm just
ready.
gonna refocus now. I haven't finished, but I've noticed I got distracted
looks
and
more
I've got to get
innocent.
my morning routine done so I can feel good and I can fully devote to this task. And I'm not always thinking about how I should be doing something else. So one thing at a time, I'm gonna do this stuff like I've been saying for the past 2 clips, and then I'm gonna do this. Okay. So as you can see, I'm on the floor now. Meditation's done. Oh fuck. Our last episode, that was really good. My breathing, I seem to be going down, but today my mind was in 100 different places and I couldn't seem to concentrate. But now I feel much calmer. I know linearly what I need to do. My mind's not jumping all over the place. So yeah, it's just good to do that. It's good to slow yourself down and it's good to focus on one thing at a time. Because if you focus on one thing at a time, then you
Oh,
can
dude,
dedicate
shut
all your
up.
energy to that
Next
one
clip,
thing
come on.
to the best of your ability. So yeah, that's done now. I'm gonna read, and then I'm gonna run my
Skinny
list,
too,
and then we'll be done
lambs.
for our morning routine. So I just read another chapter of Mind Change, and the chapter was called Out of Your
You
Book.
definitely look
So
more than
we
that.
talk about what
You
happens
reckon?
when
Yeah.
you become less
I like
mindful and
cute,
more mindless.
innocent
There was a
nerd.
story in there about a guy who was working on the railway, clearing
Definitely
things
like-
off the track with explosives, and something happened
Naive.
where I think he got like a tamping rod
So
through the
weird.
front of his brain, and it damaged his prefrontal cortex. Now, he seemed to have recovered enough, like he went back to work and everything, which I think is crazy. He like
Some
no
of the
lack of
silly
coordination or anything like that, but what began to happen is
crazy.
that he became more reckless and more immature, which is crazy. Like you can damage a whole part of your brain but
Crazy.
still seem to function like a normal human being. And they just began to talk about that a lack of activity in your prefrontal cortex and dopamine contributes to immaturity and recklessness. Like those two things are linked. Which is the reason
I
why
was so
teenagers
early
and
on in
You're
like
smart,
everything.
though.
dopamine seems to spike in your adolescent years. People who are
Like,
obese
you're
and
really
have
receptive
gambling
to it all.
issues seem to have a lack
That's
of
good. Yeah.
activity in their prefrontal.
See
On the path.
On
On the
See some
path.
positives of this man.
Oh,
okay?
God.
Let's look. What are we grateful for? This
Emotions.
man. He's educating himself.
have a higher
He's trying.
cortex
He's trying.
He's trying.
activity. So
He's looking.
I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting. The book's all about why you have thoughts, emotions, what consciousness is, how you describe it, what it means, how the brain works, and yeah, it's just, I just think it's really cool. And
That's
yeah,
great.
so that's my morning done. I've written my power list. I've got 5 things to do, which is this. I've got to edit and upload a video, the one that you saw yesterday. So that's a bit of a mindfuck. But there's that, and then I've got to look at a subject for university. I've got to catch up on some of that. I've got to do my morning routine, which is a tick, and I've got to make. Well, I don't have to, but I want to get better at making music. So I'm going to make a instrumental today, and I'm also going to tidy the house up and clean, and go for a walk and listen to a podcast. Is another thing which I'm going to do later in the day. So
That's a lot of things.
more stuff to do. No time to stop. Just keep going.
But it's even less than what I'm doing now.
Video, edited.
Yeah, but it's
Uploading.
Still a lot.
And so yeah. So while that's rendering, I'm going to grab some bags. I'm gonna write a shopping list, and we're gonna go shopping. It's currently raining, so
Is he progressing
we're
there?
definitely not gonna be walking. Weird. Let's see if we can find what we want.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Wow.
Carrot. Okay.
Wow, he's healthy.
Yeah, I was on 75 hard, I think.
Oh, really?
I have no idea. Oh yeah, true. All the meat was sold out.
It's only that stuff. $21 a kilo.
Bro, that's what it costs now. That's
So it
crazy.
seems there's a lean chicken. Looks like they're having chicken burgers for dinner tonight. I mean, I'm not really complaining because I like them up. Something to adapt.
The big shot.
Okay.
Bro, what are they? What was I eating? Chocolate covered rice? Cake bites?
They're so ready. Wait, what? What is that?
It's just baby wipes. No toilet paper.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Alright, so groceries I got. Gotta wash my hands now. I gotta make sure I wash everything before I start cooking dinner tonight.
What the fuck?
Listen to music.
Making beats. Look at them eyes. Pew, 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 pew,
Yeah.
pew, 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 pew.
Cute.
Have I got the same concentration face?
Song's done.
You don't look good.
I'll move on to the next thing.
Oh. Oh! Inception!
Damn.
So I've been working so hard, many hours have passed, it's now about 7:30 and it's time for my walk and listen to a podcast. It's only a quick one today because we don't have much time, but let's get it done. I like to take notes of my podcasts. I've got pages and pages like you, just scroll for ages for each podcast. And
Just people to see.
it's good to be able to just
Yeah, I
sit
don't
back
think I have
and
them anymore.
read through all the valuable lessons that they have, like the podcast I listen to, one's from Ed Mylett and one's from Andy Frisella, and those two, like I listen to some other ones, but those two in particular have helped me immensely in mindset and business and how to be a better person, basically. So I just got back and I thought I'd
My arm
listen
is wet.
to another
I know, I
different
felt it on my
podcast
leg.
I listened to. It's actually by a guy called Jim Quick. He's all into like the brain and how to
Read his book already.
optimize it and
It's
use it
crazy.
as efficiently as possible. And he said 5 things to do. The first thing to do is to use time to clarify what you actually want in life. and in your career and your relationship, and to see if what you're doing and your life aligns with that right now. And the second thing was to care for yourself and your mental health, and that if you just scroll
So I think
through
we do
Facebook or whatever over and over again, reading all these articles and feeding your brain all this negativity, then your brain is going to attach to that and see all the negativity in your life that is outside of that. So it creates negativity if you feed it negativity. So what you want to do is flip that. You want to feed it as much positivity as you can so that you can stay as optimistic as you can during these times. That doesn't mean you have to be ill-informed. You definitely have to know what's going on. You have to be aware, but don't feed into it too much and just keep a level head about it. And the third thing was, how can you contribute? So it would be
How do I remember
helping your
this?
friends, talking to your family, getting in touch with people you haven't talked to in a while, because it's easy to eliminate fear and uncertainty when you're helping someone else. The fourth thing was to create, which is what I'm doing right now. They said that Shakespeare wrote Macbeth during the Black Plague lockdown back in the day, and Newton began to develop things like calculus. So this time is pretty much golden for creating, for being able to focus on one thing at a time and just, get really, really good at it. Which leads me on to the fifth point, which is
I'm regurgitating it.
use this time to level up, and it's easy now because everything is online. Like, you can learn literally any skill that you want for absolutely free. You just search it on YouTube, and there are tutorials all over the place. Like, just use this time to do something, to learn something, and to be better. Another thing he said, he was just like, what's the story you're going to tell? Like, after this is all done, what are you going to be able to say? Are you going to be able to say you achieved something, that you learned something, and are you going to be happy with the time you've spent? Yeah, it's really up to you. So, that's it. I'm done. My day's over. Everything's done. Tick, tick, tick. Off the list. And that's going to be it from me. I'll catch you later in my next video. Subscribe. Okay. Anyway, see you guys later. See ya. Bye.
Oh, you're such a cutie, babe.
My goodness.